if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Here's Jackson to return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10.
The Giants ready to go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That good for 19 on a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And they'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 76 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top-5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed.
Touchdown, Eagles! A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Certainly, there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 87 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Giants at 500, 7-7 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. From the 22 now, here's second down and 7. Now Jones. Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught. It's Waller. Touchdown, Giants.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants have regained the lead. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
The previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Now Hurts going to keep it running left.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Sheds off the tackle. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts,
72 yards.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing, Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Had an open man that time, they ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones looking for Shepard deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken inside his own 40. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Again, it's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll try to run forward. Barkley fights loose. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right at them and right up the middle.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Giants.
Up the middle of Barkley. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Off-play action. Jones. He's got the rookie from Tennessee, Jalen Hurts.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Okay, here we go.
And they'll run for it with Barkley.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in clutch territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wouldn't let the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
Second and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the #2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're #2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser.
This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Gano's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit.
Touchdown! A.J. Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Here's Robinson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second and 10. Throwing again. Jones. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Jones. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive, 4 plays. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it lines up falling incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Jones, he's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Jones now. A final shot before break. And that's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They go play action here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Jones on third down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Decides on getting back into this football game in the second half. They're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Now Landry. Oh, heck of a move. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
63, 63, 63.
On first down, Hurts to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. And he'll score. Touchdown. touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.